watch it when Super Bowl kicks off live. 9:30 a.m. is the kickoff. But our guy Dave Delgado is here in the Zoom room, and he's brought some friends here, and they are rocking some really, really good gear. Dave, who you got?
Yeah, I got Andrew Apatang, coach for the Ukadu Bulldogs and the Guam Packers for the Youth Football League. And my homie Alex Escaraga out in Miami representing the Bucks. Man, big game, Super Bowl 55. Right off the bat, I know Alex is going for the Bucks. I got the Bucks as well. Drew, who you got in this game?
I like the Bucks, man. I can't go with the Chiefs.
Yeah, and let's talk about this matchup. Okay, so the last time Tampa Bay met up with Kansas City, the Chiefs barely pulled off the win. That was a game where they scored 17 points in the first quarter. I definitely don't see that happening in this game. Under the bright lights, KC scoring 17 points in the first quarter.
Nah, that's definitely not going to happen this time around. The defense has come together a lot over the last half of the season. So with both of our safeties now hopefully playing in the game starting tonight, it's going to be a tougher task for Kansas City to put up those points tonight. So, we got to focus in on Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, maybe double team both of those, take away the number one options, and then have somebody else try and beat us. So we'll see.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say the biggest highlight, I think, is going to be the defensive stand. I think you got two prominent edge rushers going against rookies or backup tackles. So that's going to be a big emphasis. Big shout out to Shaq Barrett coming from the Broncos, going to help the Bucks.
Hey, we'll take the help. We'll take the help. So, it doesn't hurt having the GOAT on the team too. So, Tom Brady's a welcome match.
That's right. And the whole slew of high-rated receivers they got for targets, not to mention Gronk in the tight end position. So it looks good for the Bucks.
Yeah, well, when you talk about that last game with the Chiefs, and I think Tom Brady probably played his worst half of football that he could probably play. The defense really not in sync that game. Tom Brady in the offense punted the ball 4 straight times, not even getting points on the board before that, but 3 of those drives ended in 3 and outs. Brady threw the ball 41 times. He threw 2 interceptions. They only rushed the ball 13 times. I think if they have a little bit more balance, then the time of possession falls in favor of the Buccaneers, because last meeting, the Chiefs had 13 more minutes time of possession. When you want to beat the Chiefs, you want to keep Mahomes on the sideline.
Yeah, so that, again, the running game is going to be a big factor tonight. Everybody's been talking about it all over the sports networks. But, if Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette are both feeling good tonight, get their carries in, and the O-line does its job, this time of possession is going to be a huge factor. And Tom Brady knows how to take care of the ball, but if he's forced to do some things down the line, it's going to change some things up for Kansas City. So we'll hopefully hold the ball, running it good tonight. We're going to need it.
I would agree. I also know that, the GOAT himself, he likes those long stretch passes. But I think this year he's actually learned to appreciate the little dinks and dunks that he's used to with Wes Welker. So I think also to complement the defense, stopping the Chiefs and kind of holding them to either 3 points, because you can contain them, right? And that's the hope. But if you can minimize the damage to 3 points, and then maximize the dinks and dunks, and then kind of prolong the game from the offensive standpoint, I think they stand a great chance.
Yeah, well, Tampa Bay 3 of 9 on third downs. That doesn't seem like Tom Brady numbers to me. And when you talk about just staying on the field more, keeping the defense fresh, because those edge rushers with Pierre Paul and Shaquille Barrett, I think those guys coming off the edge. And the big difference to me is Vita Vea didn't play that game. And, man, when watching that guy play from the D tackle spot, he's blowing up the lineman, taking them from the line of scrimmage 3 yards into the backfield, and that's definitely going to set up the edge rushers there when he's able to get pressure on the quarterback in the middle.
We all know the effects of a big Samoan on the O-line and D-line. Yo, shout out Mike Smoo and the boys. But definitely him back. That's a solid double team. That leaves one-on-one for the edge pass rushers. As long as the corners can keep their guys in front of them, you'll let the edge rushers do the job, force Patrick to make some error throws, and then defense for sure is going to take advantage of them. So the ball's not on where it needs to be. Granted, Patrick can't put it where it needs to be on the run. We should be able to take advantage, grab these INTs. Hopefully, pick 6 tonight. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I think the other key part to that whole front line is, yes, as you mentioned, the secondary. You got to put clamps on them early, just enough time for the edge rush to come. Now, I would say that we can't get overzealous on the edge rush because Pat can move on his legs. And once he breaks the pocket, he's accurate as most quarterbacks is on the run. So we got to put a contained package in. We might have to bring the pressure every once in a while and to make sure our secondary holds tight.
Yeah, with Patrick Mahomes, they always say extending plays, and he can definitely hurt you on the run, making those crazy throws. But a lot of times, too, the defenses bail him out because in crucial downs, there might be a defensive, encroachment, offsides, a pass interference, something on the defense. If they're not playing sound football, then the big plays come, and that's when Tyreek Hill gets open, and the defense expects the flag, expects the whistle. Guys stop playing, but the offense is still going, and that's when you give up those big plays.
Yeah. So these guys got to stay on it. Like they're the guys assigned to the key players, and Travis and Tyreek need to just stay focused on that. So you got to keep that focus. Keep them in front of you. Don't get burnt. Talk to your safeties in the back. Make sure nothing gets over the top. Obviously, depends on the defensive play being called. And just they're gonna have to step their game up. They're playing one of the top and one of the fastest receivers in the NFL. And one quick move, one quick step, and you bite. It's gone. He's gone, and he can take it for a 10-yard pass, and he's gone for 70 yards down the field, no problem. So everything has to stay in front of us tonight.
I agree, man. Tyreek Hill is a monster. Honestly, playing devil's advocate, I didn't want this to be a Buck show, but I am a little worried about Tyreek Hill and his speed, man. The other component that I think that we're missing is the third phase of football, which is the special teams. I think that in itself, the beginning portion of it, getting good field position early, and then, the laser speed of their returner is something we taking notice, and so we got to also put clamps on that because what's the strategy if you keep Mahomes on the sideline but your returner is taking it all the way to the house? So we got to lock that down as well.
Yeah, you talk about field positions and making sure that you do start your possession hopefully not too deep in your own territory. And that's the big key right there. You talk about special teams, and it's Jaden Mickens. The game against Green Bay, he had real good returns. He was averaging like 24 yards a return. He had a big 43-yard return there in one of the plays. And I think, he brings that speed that you need to get a good return and put your offense on the field in good field position, because if you only have to work a certain amount of field and you have a field goal kicker that can get you at least 3 points, it puts you in a better situation where, Tampa Bay only scored, I think, 7 points in the first half in their last meeting, but turned it up in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. Mike Evans, he can't get off slow. He has to get off to an early start and make things happen.
Yeah, so again with the special teams, we got lucky in that Green Bay game. They had 2 good returns that changed the aspect of the championship. But again, Tampa Bay has a lot of weapons all around. The running backs do need to get it going, but you have Chris Godwin, we have Antonio Brown, we have Mike Evans. These are guys that can beat their mans one-on-one. Throw in the mix Scotty Miller coming out on screens or one-on-one with linebackers in the slot position. And that's something that's going to be we need to take advantage of that tonight, those one-on-one matchups. You know, put the ball in there for Mike Evans to out-jump somebody, get Godwin on a crossing route where he can get 2 or 3 steps on a defender, and then get Scotty Miller one-on-one with a linebacker. And it's over, man. We can get these points. So.
Yeah, I would say though that this game, I guess the matchup in itself slightly different, but it also has all the implications of Super Bowl 50. You have a high-powered offense coming to a up-and-coming defensive lockdown unit. So, and you know they say, man, defense wins championships, but it also is something to be mentioned that Tom Brady and the Super Bowl. I mean, the chemistry there, and then just as you listed the arsenal of the offensive, the offensive side. I would say that if they get on track and they get within the red zone, I think the Bucs can score at will. I think the Chiefs, they rank really low in red zone defense. So if we can get the ball somewhere in that realm of field of play, I think it's a 7.
All right, well, let's wrap it up. Predictions. I got the Bucs winning 33-30.
I'm gonna have to go 27-21 Bucs.
Let's go 28-31 Bucs. Hold out.
All right, well, it's going to definitely be a good game. Super Bowl 55 going down right here on the stations of KUAM. TV 11, Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Guys, appreciate the time. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks, Double. Appreciate it. We'll see you.
Yep.
Stay safe.
Stand by.
Stand by.